Welcome to Pelican, Alaska. Population 149. Here the main street, Salmon Way, is a boardwalk. There are only a couple of cars. Most folks get around on four-wheelers. The speed limit is a brisk 12 miles per hour. Henry Allard has lived here for 18 years.
Peace and tranquility and the beautiful scenery. This is God's country. No tourists, no overwhelming traffic.
You can only get here by boat or float plane, but Pelican has its own city hall, health center, and post office. There's the volunteer fire department, although some of the firefighting equipment looks like it's from another era, and it is. 1952 to be exact, and still sporting the original tires.
This is our original, the original fire truck for Pelican Fire Jeep. It has a two-stage pump, 500 gallon per minute pump, volume and pressure. It now has currently 810 miles on it, which are all boardwalk miles. There's been a couple collectors that have tried to get this from us, but it's just too much a piece of this town to ever let go. The pump still works and it's still capable of fighting fires.
Pelican even has its own hydroelectric plant, built when the town started back in 1938. Water flows downhill from Pelican Creek through this flume. Some gets siphoned off towards people's taps, the rest turns generator turbines. While there's not much crime in Pelican, there is this sign warning unsuspecting visitors to beware of pickpockets and loose women. But you're far more likely to run across a stray bear on the boardwalk than a pickpocket. Pelican is a company town built around a cold storage facility where fishermen still get their catches processed. But there's other business. Chris Howard runs a small charter operation out of the harbor into Lisiansky Inlet and beyond.
A lot of people, kayakers and campers, like to wheel in here. There's a little fire pit, and then they can camp close to town. Our local bear comes out and visits the island on occasion. We're headed out behind First Island. These island names are pretty tough. There's First Island, Second Island, and Third Island. And back here is the Fairweather Mountain Range, which is in the Glacier Bay National Monument.
There's even a small, very small, high-tech sector here. Paula Bergner taught herself how to design web pages, then started her own website design company, Northern Lights Design.
There was a lot of times where I'd come to a stumbling block, but I just, there's not much to do in Pelican in the winter, so I just sit there and do as much research as I could and call people up and say, well, how do I do this? And I would just keep going until I figured it out. There's a lot of artists and crafts people around Pelican that are doing things, and then they can sell their artwork through a website on the internet.
There's only one place to buy groceries in town, from the Pelican Seafoods Company store. Prices here can run a little steep by city standards. So while living in Pelican has its challenges, there's one thing here you won't find in a big city.
Pelican's kind of like a big family. If somebody's squabbling with somebody, well, they get along one way or another because you talk to them or you see them every day.
Like most of rural Alaska, Pelican is not glamorous. It attracts the independent-minded sort that loves nature. And those who've been here a while point out that things haven't changed much here over the years. In a sense, it's a place where time has stood still.
I left Pelican in 1959 and came home on visits to visit my parents. And that's one thing you can do when you're from Pelican. You can come home again.